Magandang hapon sa lahat. So ngayon ay tatalakayin natin kung paano nga ba sinusukat ang pambansang kita. Matatandaan sa nakaraang pagkikita ay tinalakay na natin na ang pambansang kita ay maaaring matukoy sa pamamagitan ng tinatawag nating GDP at GNP. Pag sinabi nating GDP, no, o tinatawag din Gross Domestic Product, ito ang kabuuang produksyon na naisagawa sa loob ng pambansang ekonomiya. So mas madali natin siya matatandaan, no, sa pamamagitan ng mnemonics na gawa dito sa Pilipinas o Pinas. Tinalakay din natin nung nakaraan na tinatawag nating GNP o Gross National Product. So pag sinabi natin Gross National Product, natatandaan na ito ang kabuuang produksyon na naisagawa ng mga mamamayan ng isang bansa, ito man ay nasa loob o palabas ng pambansang ekonomiya. So mas madaling matatandaan gamit ang mnemonics na ng gawa ng Pinoy. Now, tinalakay na natin ang kahulugan nito pero hindi pa natin nasusubukan kung paano nga ba susukatin o kukumpitin ang sinasabi nating GDP at GNP o pambansang kita. So pag sinabi natin yung pagsukat ng pambansang kita, may tatlong paraan ng pagsukat nito. So una, yung tinatawag na expenditure approach. From the word expenditure, ito yung mga gastos, no? Gastos sa buong bansa. Pagsasamahin lahat ng mga ginastos ng mga tao at mga iba't iba pang sektor sa pambansang ekonomiya upang malaman ang pambansang kita. Matatandaan sa paikot na daloy ng ekonomiya na ang kita ay na ang gastos ay maaari nating makita na o may paliwanag na ang gastos ay nagsisilbi namang kita ng ibang sektor. Halimbawa, ang sambahayan ay bumili ng produkto, gumastos sa sambahayan upang makabili ng produkto at itong gastos na ito ay nagsisilbing kita naman ng bahay kalakal na siyang gumawa ng produkto. Now, ano nga ba yung formula para makuha natin yung expenditure approach? So, dito sa expenditure approach, kukunin natin lahat ng mga pinagkakagastosan ng bawat o na iba't ibang sektor. So, una dyan, yung letter C. So, CC, it stands for personal consumption or household consumption expenditure. So, ito yung mga gastos na nagawa ng sambahayan. Sunod naman yung tinatawag natin ay sa letter I, this is investment, but or commonly known as capital formation. Sa capital formation, diyan matatagpuan yung when we say capital formation, it comprises all the expenses made by business firms, no? So nandiyan yung durable equipments, building stocks, lahat ng mga gastos na ginawa ng bahay kalakal or business firms. Next na sektor na kailangan natin is yung, of course, the government. When we say government, no, so matatandaan sa paikot na daloy ng ekonomiya na ang gobyerno ay gumagastos din upang makapagbigay ng transfer payment o mga serbisyong panlipunan. So, ang tawag natin doon ay government consumption expenditure. We also have what we call net export. No? So, when we say net export, we have to get the difference of the value of the total value of our exported goods than the total value that we import the goods that we imported. No, so X stands for uh, export at M for import. Ayan, no? So para makuha natin yung net export, kailangan natin i-subtract si export kay import. No? So this is to get the income. No? So again, pag sinabi nating export, ito yung kabuang gastos o kita natin sa mga produktong iniluluwas natin sa ibang bansa upang ibenta. Ima-minus natin ito sa lahat ng produkto na binibili natin mula sa ibang bansa. Next naman is yung tinatawag nating statistical discrepancy. So when we say SD or statistical discrepancy, may mga pagkakataon na may mga hindi maipaliwanag, no, na excess or kulang sa ating computation. So that is what we call statistical discrepancy. So these are the formulas that we need to get the value of GDP. So let me rewrite the formula. GDP is equals to household consumption expenditure plus investment or capital formation plus government consumption expenditure plus the difference between export and import plus statistical discrepancy. Now, so this is just the GDP o gawa lang dito sa Pilipinas. No? So, but when we say gross national product, ito yung mga produkto o produksyon na naisagawa ng mga Pilipino, nasa loob man siya o nasa labas ng bansa. If we're going to analyze the formula for GDP, wala pa dyan yung mga kinita ng ating mga OFWs. But to get that, we need to solve for the difference between the income of our OFW or overseas Filipino workers and all the foreigners who are working in our country. No, so para makita talaga natin kung mas kumita ba ang ating OFW than yung mga foreign investors natin o mga foreign nationals na nasa loob ng bansa. So ang tawag natin dito is NFIA. No, so pag sinabi nating NFIA o net factor income from abroad, also known as net primary income. Income from abroad, we just need to subtract the income of our OFW than the foreign nationals nagtatrabaho sa bansa. No, so ilagay natin, no, difference between the income of OFWs and foreign nationals working in our country. Now, so para makuha natin ang value ni GNP, we just need to add the GDP, the value of the GDP, plus the NFIA. So that's it. No? So this is the expenditure approach. No? So let's have an example. So say for example, here is the given. So we have the total value of the following. So let me rewrite first the given. So say for example, in country X, meron siyang ganitong expenditure. Okay. So sa letter C, we have 30,552. Sa investment, 10,295. Sa government expenditure, 7,677. Sa export, 15,295. Import, 15,676. Statistical, ay sorry, nag-overlap. So 15,676. Statistical discrepancy, 0. And net factor income from abroad na 9,859. Say for example, this is just for in million prices. No? So now, how will we get the GDP first? So let's have first the GDP. So take note, to compute the GDP, we need to add the the consumption plus investment plus government plus the net export plus the statistical discrepancy. No, so let's try. So the value of the consumption is 30,552 plus 10,295 plus 7,677 plus uh, the difference between the export and import or the net export, 15,295 minus 15,676 plus 0 for statistical discrepancy. Now, if you notice, we have uh, to differentiate first to get the value of the net export. No? So we have to differentiate this first. So in order to get the value of the net export, x minus m, we need to subtract first the export and the import. No? So if you notice, mas mababa si export kay import. Ibig sabihin, mas marami tayong in-import na goods than uh, ini-export. So basically, we know na magiging negative ang ating net export. So yun yung nakakalungkot na meron na nangyayari sa ating bansa, di ba? So what is 15,295 minus 15,676 is equals to negative 381. So negative 381. So we just need to replace this by negative 381. No? So 30,000, rewrite na lang natin para mas maayos. 10,295 plus 7,677 minus 381 plus 0 equals. So, of course, ano kaya yung sagot natin? We have the GDP of A. That's right, 48,143. Now, how will we get the value of GNP? No? So again, pag sinabi natin GNP, GDP plus the value of NP. So our GDP is 48,143. So we just need to add the value. No? So equals 48,143 9,143 plus NFIA is 9,859 is equals to our GNP is 58,002. Right. Now, so this will be our final answer. Yeah. Now, the second one na pwede nating magamit in order to get the value of the GDP and GNP is yung tinatawag nating value added approach or industrial origin approach. So sa value added approach, ginagamit natin ang mga sektor o primary sector na meron sa ekonomiya ng bansa. Katulad ng sa industrial origin approach, ito yung mga kailangan. So, una is yung tinatawag nating AIS. So, sa A is agriculture, I for industry, and S for services. Pag sinabi nating agriculture, nandito yung mga produkto katulad ng gulay, prutas, we also have here the poultry. Pag industry naman, those are the manufactured goods, mga tapos na produkto. And when we say services, kabilang dito yung communication, transportation, so on and so forth. In order to get the GDP using the value-added approach or industrial origin approach, we just need to get the sum of the three sectors. No, so agriculture plus industry plus services. Simple as that. Now, how will we get the value of the GNP? Pag sinabi natin GNP, again, we just need to add the value of the GDP plus the value of NFIA or net factor income. So let's try to solve and let's see kung magiging parehas ang sagot using the same approach. So say for example, we have the value of agriculture, industry, and services. Now, say for example, agriculture is 8,301, industry is 15,298, services of 24,544. So let's get the sum of the three sectors to get the value of the GDP. So 8,301 plus 15,298 plus 24,544 is equals to, okay, so using the calculator, we will get the same value of 48,143. Say for example, the value of NFIA is the same as before na 9,859. No? So in order to get the value of the GNP, again, using the formula of GDP plus NFIA, we will get 48,143 plus 9,859. Of course, you will get the same value, 58,002. Yeah. So this will be our this will be the answer. So again, using the two approach, we can get the same value. So I hope you have learned something about measuring the national income. So if you have some questions, you are free to ask me or PM me using our learning management system. Thank you.